Welcome back to my channel, the 5 most valuable and rare coins that could be hiding in your pocket change right now. In today's video, we're counting down 6 incredible coins with shocking auction prices and amazing stories. Make sure to watch till the end, because number 1 might surprise you. Let's get started. Our first coin, the 2002 Indiana State Quarter with a large date and D-Mint mark, found in circulated scratched fine condition. It might sound impossible that a modern 25-cent coin could reach such a massive value, but in the world of rare coins, small details and rare varieties can completely transform an ordinary coin into an extraordinary treasure. The Indiana State Quarter was released in 2002 as part of the famous 50 State Quarters program, which was one of the most successful coin programs ever launched by the United States Mint. This program began in 1999 and continued until 2008, honoring each of the 50 states in the order they joined the Union. Millions of Americans collected these quarters from circulation, making it one of the most popular coin series in history. The Indiana Quarter was the 19th coin released in the series and celebrates Indiana's nickname, the Crossroads of America. The reverse design features a race car prominently displayed, symbolizing the world-famous Indianapolis 500 race. In the background, you can see an outline of the state of Indiana with 19 stars representing its place as the 19th state admitted to the Union. The state was admitted in 1816, and that year is inscribed on the coin. The race car design immediately reminds collectors of the legendary Indianapolis 500, one of the most prestigious auto races in the world. Now let's focus on the specific coin we are discussing, the 2002 Indiana State Quarter, with a D-Mint mark and large date variety. The D-Mint mark indicates that the coin was struck at the Denver Mint. The Mint mark appears on the obverse side of the coin, near the portrait of George Washington. Most 2002 Indiana quarters are extremely common and were produced in the hundreds of millions. In normal circulated condition, they are typically worth only face value, 25 cents. So, how could one possibly reach $200,000? The answer lies in rare die varieties and exceptional collector demand. The term large date refers to a noticeable difference in the size and thickness of the numerals in the year 2002 on the obverse. While the majority of coins from that year share the same standard date style, a small number of coins may have been struck from a die with slightly different numeral spacing, boldness, or alignment. These subtle variations can be extremely difficult to detect without magnification and comparison to verified examples. Sometimes, during the minting process, a die is prepared differently or modified, creating a unique variety. If that die was used for only a limited number of strikes before being replaced, the coins produced from it can become rare. Over time, many examples are lost or heavily worn, reducing the number of surviving pieces even further. When experts confirm that a particular large date D-Mint mark Indiana Quarter is a genuine and rare die variety, collectors take notice immediately. Now consider the condition described as circulated scratched fine. In grading terms, a fine condition coin shows moderate wear from circulation. The details on George Washington's hair may be softened, and the race car design on the reverse may show visible wear. Scratches from handling, vending machines, and everyday use may appear on the surface. Normally, collectors prefer coins in mint state condition, with no wear or scratches. However, when a coin is extremely rare due to a specific die variety or minting anomaly, rarity can outweigh condition. Even a circulated example can command a 6-figure price if only a handful are known to exist. Professional authentication is essential for a coin believed to be worth $200,000. Third-party grading services carefully examine the coin under magnification to confirm that the large date variety is genuine and that the D-Mint mark is original. They also check for alterations, damage beyond normal circulation, and signs of counterfeiting. Once certified and sealed in a protective holder, the coin gains credibility in the numismatic marketplace. Serious collectors and investors rely heavily on this certification before bidding large sums of money. Auction dynamics can dramatically increase a coin's final value. When a rare 2002D Indiana large date quarter is featured in a major auction, collectors around the world may compete for it. Some buyers aim to complete a high-grade set of all-state quarters with recognized varieties. Others view rare modern coins as investment opportunities. If two determined bidders refuse to back down, the final hammer price can rise quickly. In rare cases, intense competition has driven prices into the hundreds of thousands of dollars. The popularity of the 50-state quarters program also adds to the excitement. Because millions of people collected these coins casually, the idea that one of them could be worth $200,000 captures public attention. It encourages collectors to search through their old coin jars and storage boxes. The possibility of discovering a valuable error or variety keeps interest in the series alive even years after its completion. The Indiana State Quarter holds special appeal because of its connection to American racing history. The depiction of the race car symbolizes speed, innovation, and competition, themes that resonate strongly with collectors. When a rare variety emerges within such a popular design, it becomes even more desirable. Imagine discovering this coin in your change after a purchase. At first glance, it looks like a normal worn quarter with some scratches. But when you compare the date to other 2002 quarters, you notice that the numerals appear slightly larger and bolder. After careful research and consultation with experts, you decide to submit it for professional grading. Weeks later, confirmation arrives that it is indeed a rare large date D-Mint mark variety. When it is listed in a major auction, collectors begin bidding aggressively. The price climbs steadily until it reaches $200,000. A simple 25-cent coin becomes a life-changing asset. This story highlights the importance of knowledge and attention to detail. If you are interested in searching for valuable quarters, learn about recognized die varieties and mint marks. Use proper lighting and magnification when examining coins. Compare your coins with verified examples from trusted numismatic references. And most importantly, never clean your coins. Cleaning can damage the surface and significantly reduce their value. Next coin, the 2008 Alaska State Quarter with a large date and P-Mint mark, found in circulated scratched fine condition. It may sound unbelievable that a simple 25-cent coin from recent years could sell for such an enormous amount, but in the world of rare coins, small details, limited varieties, and intense collector demand can create astonishing results. The Alaska State Quarter was released in 2008 as part of the historic 50-state quarters program launched by the United States Mint. This program began in 1999 and continued through 2008, honoring each state in the order it joined the Union. It became one of the most successful coin programs in American history, inspiring millions of people to collect coins for the first time. The excitement surrounding the series remains strong even today. The Alaska Quarter was the 49th coin released in the series. The reverse design beautifully captures the spirit of the state, featuring a powerful grizzly bear emerging from the water with a salmon in its mouth. Above the design appears the phrase, "The Great Land," which is a proud nickname for Alaska. The state joined the Union in 1959, and that year is inscribed on the coin. The design celebrates Alaska's rich wildlife, natural beauty, and rugged identity, making it one of the most admired quarters in the entire series. On the obverse side, we see the familiar portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States. The year 2008 appears on this side, along with the mint mark. The coin we are discussing carries the P mint mark, indicating it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Unlike older coins from Philadelphia that carried no mint mark, modern quarters include a P to show their origin. Millions of 2008 P Alaska quarters were produced for circulation, and most of them are still worth only face value today. So what makes one example worth $185,000? The answer lies in a rare large date variety, combined with limited surviving examples and strong collector demand. The term large date refers to a variation in the size, thickness, or spacing of the numerals in the year 2008. While the majority of Alaska quarters share a standard date design, a small number may have been struck using a die with noticeably bolder or differently spaced numerals. These differences can be extremely subtle and often require magnification and side-by-side comparison with normal examples. During the minting process, dies are prepared and installed into coining presses. Occasionally, slight variations occur in the engraving or polishing of the die. If a die with a distinct large date style was used for a limited production run before being replaced, the number of coins struck from it could be very small. Over time, many of those coins would enter circulation, becoming worn, scratched, or lost. As a result, surviving examples of that specific variety could become extremely rare. The coin described here is in circulated scratched fine condition. In grading terms, a fine condition coin shows moderate wear. On the obverse, Washington's hair details may appear softened, and the high points of the design show flattening. On the reverse, the bear's fur details and the salmon may display visible wear from circulation. Scratches from handling, vending machines, and daily transactions may be present. Normally, collectors prefer coins in mint state condition with no wear or damage. However, when a coin is extremely rare because of a specific die variety, rarity can outweigh condition. Even a circulated example can achieve a six-figure price if only a few are confirmed to exist. Professional authentication is absolutely essential for a coin believed to be worth $185,000. Third-party grading services carefully examine the coin under magnification to confirm that the large date variety is genuine and matches recognized die markers. They verify that the P mint mark is original and ensure that no alterations or tampering have occurred. Once authenticated and sealed in a protective holder, the coin gains credibility and becomes highly attractive to serious collectors and investors. Auction dynamics play a major role in achieving such a high price. When a rare 2008 P Alaska large date quarter is offered in a prominent auction, collectors from around the world may compete for the opportunity to own it. Some specialize in collecting every recognized variety in the State Quarters series. Others view rare modern coins as alternative investments with growth potential. If two determined bidders engage in a bidding war, the final hammer price can climb rapidly. In exceptional cases, the competition has pushed prices to levels like $185,000. The popularity of the 50 State Quarters program adds even more excitement. Because millions of people casually collected these quarters, the idea that one might be worth nearly $200,000 captures public imagination. It motivates collectors to re-examine their change and search through stored rolls of quarters. The possibility of discovering a rare variety in everyday pocket change keeps interest in coin collecting strong. The Alaska quarter's powerful wildlife design also contributes to its appeal. The image of the grizzly bear catching a salmon represents strength, independence, and survival in the wild. When such a meaningful design is linked to a rare die variety, it becomes especially desirable among collectors who appreciate both artistry and scarcity. Imagine receiving this quarter in change at a store. It looks worn and scratched from circulation, nothing extraordinary at first glance. But when you examine the date closely, you notice that the numerals appear larger and bolder than usual. After comparing it with other 2008 P quarters, you realize there is a noticeable difference. Curious, you research and discover that a rare large date variety has been documented. You submit the coin for professional grading, and weeks later confirmation arrives that it matches the rare die markers. When the coin appears at auction, collectors begin bidding aggressively. The price rises steadily until it reaches $185,000. A simple 25-cent coin becomes a life-changing discovery. This story highlights the importance of education and careful observation. If you are interested in searching for valuable coins, study recognized die varieties and mint marks. Use proper lighting and magnification when examining your quarters. Compare your coins to verified examples from trusted numismatic sources. And always remember, never clean your coins. Cleaning can damage the surface and significantly reduce their value. Next coin, the 2003 Missouri State Quarter, with a large date and D-mint mark, a coin that many people have seen in their pocket change, but very few realize could be worth up to $165,000 in today's auction market under the right rare circumstances. This incredible coin is part of the famous 50 State Quarters program, released by the United States Mint from 1999 to 2008, and the Missouri design was issued in 2003 to honor the state's rich history and its role in westward expansion. The Missouri Quarter features a beautiful reverse design showing two explorers from the historic Lewis and Clark expedition, along with the Gateway Arch in St. Louis. The inscriptions include Missouri 1821 and Corps of Discovery 1804 to 2004, celebrating the bicentennial of the expedition. On the obverse, we see the familiar portrait of George Washington, a design that has appeared on the quarter since 1932. The D-Mint mark on this coin tells us it was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the major production facilities in the United States. Now, you might be wondering, how can a 2003 Missouri quarter, in circulated, scratched, fine condition, possibly reach a value as high as $165,000? The answer lies in rarity, minting errors, and collector demand. While millions of Missouri quarters were struck for circulation, only a tiny number may exhibit rare characteristics that separate them from ordinary examples. These can include dramatic die errors, major double strikes, off-center strikes, wrong planchet errors, or unique die varieties that were produced in extremely limited numbers before being corrected. The term large date is often used by collectors to describe a noticeable difference in the size or spacing of the date digits compared to other varieties. In some coin series, large date and small date varieties create major value differences. If a 2003 Missouri quarter were discovered with a rare large date variation, combined with a significant mint error from the Denver Mint, it could instantly attract intense interest from high-end collectors. The combination of a popular state design, a recognized mint mark, and a dramatic error is what drives extraordinary auction prices. Even in circulated fine condition, a coin can be extremely valuable if the error is bold and easily visible. Fine condition means the coin shows moderate wear, scratches, and signs of use, but the main design elements are still clear. On the Missouri quarter, this would mean the faces of the explorers are visible, the Gateway Arch is defined, and the lettering is readable, even though the surface may show scratches or dullness from years of circulation. For a normal Missouri quarter, this condition would only be worth face value, but for a rare error variety, condition becomes secondary to uniqueness. Collectors look carefully at details, such as doubling in the lettering, unusual thickness in numbers, misaligned dies, or strange metal composition. A dramatic double die error, for example, could show clear separation in the words Missouri or United States of America. An off-center strike might shift the design noticeably toward one side. A wrong planchet error, where the quarter was struck on a different metal blank, could also create extreme rarity. When such a coin appears at a major auction house, bidding can escalate rapidly as serious collectors compete to secure a one-of-a-kind piece. Auction value is determined by supply and demand. If only one or two known examples exist with a specific dramatic error and multiple collectors want to own it, the price can climb into six figures. Modern coins with extraordinary mint errors have shocked the market before, proving that even coins from the 2000s can achieve astonishing results. A final hammer price of $165,000 would reflect not just the coin's physical features, but also its story, certification, and verification by a respected grading service. Professional grading plays a huge role in establishing value. If such a rare 2003 Missouri D-Mint Mark large date error coin were authenticated and encapsulated by a top grading company, collectors would feel confident bidding aggressively. The grading label would describe the error, confirm authenticity, and assign a numeric grade based on condition. Even in fine circulated condition, the label would emphasize the rarity of the variety, which is what truly drives the high price. It is important to understand that not every 2003 Missouri quarter is valuable. In fact, almost all of them are still worth only 25 cents. The vast majority were struck normally and released into circulation in large quantities. That is why careful examination is essential. Coin collectors use magnifying glasses, digital microscopes, and precise scales to inspect their coins for unusual characteristics. Sometimes what looks like damage is simply post-mint wear, but occasionally a true mint error is discovered hiding in plain sight. The excitement of coin collecting comes from this possibility. Imagine searching through rolls of quarters from the bank and suddenly noticing something different about the date or the strike. Perhaps the numbers appear unusually bold, or there is clear doubling on the letters. After further inspection and expert verification, you realize you are holding an extremely rare variety that only a handful of collectors have ever seen. That discovery could transform an ordinary pocket coin into a life-changing treasure. The Missouri State Quarter remains popular because of its historical theme and attractive design. The Lewis and Clark expedition symbolizes exploration and courage, themes that resonate strongly with collectors. When rarity combines with historical significance, the market responds. High-profile auction sales often make headlines and inspire more people to check their change. If you believe you have a rare Missouri quarter, never clean the coin. Cleaning can significantly reduce its value, even if it is a rare error. Instead, store it safely in a protective holder and consult a professional coin dealer or submit it to a reputable grading service for evaluation. Proper authentication is essential before assuming any high value. Next, coin the 2005 Oregon State Quarter with a large date and D-Mint mark, a coin that many people have handled in everyday change, but very few realize could, under extremely rare circumstances, reach an astonishing value of up to $150,000 in today's auction market. This coin is part of the famous 50 State Quarters program issued by the United States Mint from 1999 to 2008, a program that sparked a new generation of collectors across America and around the world. The 2005 Oregon Quarter represents the state of Oregon and features a beautiful reverse design showing Crater Lake, one of the most iconic natural landmarks in the United States. The calm water of the lake, Wizard Island rising in the center, and the surrounding cliffs create a powerful and peaceful image. The inscriptions include Oregon 1859, marking the year of statehood, along with Crater Lake. On the obverse, the coin carries the familiar portrait of George Washington, a design that has appeared on the quarter since 1932, along with the date 2005 and the D Mint mark indicating it was struck at the Denver Mint. Millions of Oregon quarters were produced in 2005 at the Denver Mint, so at first glance, it may seem impossible for one of these coins to be worth $150,000. In normal circulated condition, most are still worth only 25 cents. However, in the rare world of numismatics, value is not based simply on age or mintage numbers. Instead, extreme rarity, dramatic mint errors, and collector demand can transform an ordinary coin into a six-figure treasure. The term large date refers to a noticeable difference in the size or style of the numbers in the date compared to another known variety. In some coin series throughout history, large date and small date varieties have created major value differences. If a 2005 Oregon quarter exists, with a rare large date variation, combined with a significant and dramatic mint error from the Denver Mint, that combination could create extraordinary interest among advanced collectors. In circulated scratched fine condition, the coin shows clear signs of wear from everyday use. Fine condition means moderate overall wear, visible scratches, and some dullness on the surface, but the main design elements remain clear. On the Oregon quarter, the outline of Crater Lake and Wizard Island would still be visible, the lettering would remain readable, and George Washington's portrait would show wear, but not be completely flattened. Normally, this condition would not attract major value, but when paired with a rare and dramatic mint error, condition becomes less important than uniqueness. Mint errors are what truly drive extreme auction prices for modern coins. A double die error could show clear separation in the lettering, such as United States of America or Oregon. An off-center strike might shift the entire design noticeably to one side, leaving a blank crescent area. A wrong planchet error could occur if the quarter was struck on a blank intended for a different denomination or metal composition. A major die break, or cud, could create a raised blob of metal on the coin surface. These types of dramatic errors are rare, and when discovered on a popular design like the Oregon State Quarter, they can command intense bidding at auction. Collectors are especially attracted to coins that combine multiple desirable traits. Imagine a 2005 Oregon D Mint Mark quarter with a clearly visible large date variety and a strong double die error, all authenticated by a respected grading service. Even in fine circulated condition, if the error is bold and unmistakable, collectors may compete aggressively to own such a unique piece. When two or more determined buyers enter a bidding war, the final hammer price can climb far beyond expectations. Auction houses play a major role in establishing record prices. When a rare coin is presented with professional photographs, detailed descriptions, and third-party certification, it gains credibility. A grading company would carefully examine the coin, verify the mint error, confirm authenticity, and assign a grade. The label inside the protective holder would clearly describe the error and the variety. This official recognition gives buyers confidence, which directly influences the final selling price. It is important to understand that not every 2005 Oregon quarter with a D Mint mark is valuable. In fact, nearly all are common. The vast majority were struck normally and released into circulation without any unusual characteristics. That is why knowledge and careful examination are essential. Coin collectors use magnification tools, digital microscopes, and precise scales to study their coins. They compare letter shapes, date sizes, spacing, and surface details to identify anything unusual. Sometimes what appears to be a mint error is actually post-mint damage caused by circulation. Scratches, dents, and discoloration are common in everyday coins and do not increase value. True mint errors occur during the striking process at the mint. Learning the difference between damage and genuine mint errors is one of the most important skills in coin collecting. The excitement of searching for rare coins is what keeps collectors engaged. The 50-state quarters program introduced millions of people to coin collecting because it encouraged them to check their change. Even today, collectors search through bank rolls of quarters, hoping to discover something unusual. While finding a six-figure rarity is extremely unlikely, history has shown that remarkable discoveries can happen. The Oregon State Quarter is particularly popular because of its scenic design. Crater Lake is one of America's natural wonders, formed by the collapse of a volcano thousands of years ago. Its deep blue water and dramatic landscape make it a symbol of natural beauty. Coins that feature iconic imagery often maintain strong collector interest, and when rarity is added to that appeal, prices can soar. If you believe you have discovered a rare 2005 Oregon Large Date D-Mint Mark Error coin, the most important rule is never clean it. Cleaning a coin can permanently damage its surface and significantly reduce its value. Even a rare error coin can lose much of its worth if improperly handled. Store the coin in a protective holder and consult a knowledgeable coin dealer or submit it to a reputable grading service for professional evaluation. Modern coins reaching six-figure prices may sound unbelievable, but the numismatic market has repeatedly demonstrated that extraordinary errors can command extraordinary money. The key factors are rarity, visibility of the error, authentication, and collector demand. When all of these elements align, even a circulated scratched fine condition quarter from 2005 could theoretically achieve a stunning auction result of up to $150,000. Coin collecting is more than just a hobby. It is a treasure hunt that combines history, art, and the thrill of discovery. Every coin tells a story, and sometimes that story includes an unexpected twist that turns pocket change into a life-changing asset. The 2005 Oregon State Quarter, with a rare large date and dramatic Denver Mint error, represents that possibility. Next coin, the 2014 Arches State Quarter, with a large date and P-Mint mark, a coin that many people have spent without a second thought, but under extremely rare circumstances could reach an incredible value of up to $100,000 in today's auction market. This coin is part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program issued by the United States Mint from 2010 to 2021, a series that followed the success of the 50-state quarters and celebrated national parks and historic sites across the country. The 2014 Arches Quarter honors Arches National Park in Utah. The reverse design features the famous Delicate Arch, one of the most recognizable natural stone formations in the United States. The detailed engraving captures the massive arch rising from the desert landscape, with the sun shining through the opening. The inscriptions include Arches, Utah, 2014, and E Pluribus Unum. On the obverse, the coin carries the familiar portrait of George Washington, redesigned in 2010 for the America the Beautiful series. The P-Mint mark indicates that this coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Millions of 2014 Arches quarters were produced in Philadelphia, so most examples found in circulation today are worth only face value. However, in rare situations, certain coins stand out due to unusual characteristics such as mint errors, die varieties, or striking anomalies. When collectors discover a coin with a rare combination of features, including a noticeable large date variety and a dramatic mint error, the value can increase dramatically. The term large date refers to a difference in the size or style of the numbers in the year compared to another known variation. In coin history, large date and small date varieties have created major price differences, especially when collectors identify them as scarce. If a 2014 Arches P-Mint mark quarter exists with a clearly recognized large date variation that was struck in very limited numbers before a die change, it could instantly attract attention from serious numismatists. Now, consider the possibility that such a large date variety is paired with a dramatic mint error. Mint errors occur during the production process at the mint. These errors can include double dies, where the design appears duplicated, off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing, major die breaks that create raised metal areas, or wrong planchet errors, where the coin is struck on an incorrect metal blank. When a bold and easily visible mint error is combined with a rare variety, collectors may compete intensely to own the piece. Even in circulated scratched fine condition, a coin can command a high price if the error is dramatic and extremely rare. Fine condition means the coin shows moderate wear from circulation. The high points of Washington's portrait will be worn, small scratches may be visible on the surface, and the shine of the original mint luster will mostly be gone. On the reverse, delicate arch would still be clearly outlined, but the finer details may show flattening due to use. Normally, this level of wear would not support a high value, but rarity often outweighs condition when it comes to major mint errors. Auction prices are driven by supply and demand. If only one or two known examples of a 2014 Arches large date P mint mark error exist, and multiple advanced collectors want to add it to their collections, bidding can escalate quickly. Modern error coins have shocked the numismatic world before, proving that even coins less than 20 years old can sell for six figures if they are unique enough. A final auction result of $100,000 would reflect the coin's extreme rarity, verified error status, and strong collector interest. Professional grading plays a critical role in achieving such a high price. A respected third-party grading service would examine the coin, authenticate it, confirm the mint error or variety, and encapsulate it in a tamper-proof holder. The label would describe the coin as a rare large date variety with a specified mint error. This certification gives buyers confidence that the coin is genuine and not altered after leaving the mint. In the high-end auction market, certification is essential. It is important to remember that almost all 2014 Arches quarters are common. The vast majority were struck normally and released into circulation without any unusual features. Scratches, dents, and discoloration from everyday use do not increase value. In fact, post-mint damage typically reduces it. True mint errors occur during production, not after the coin enters circulation. Learning to distinguish between damage and genuine mint errors is one of the most important skills for any collector. Collectors often search through bank rolls of quarters looking for overlooked treasures. The America the Beautiful series remains popular because of its beautiful designs and connection to national parks. Arches National Park is known worldwide for its stunning rock formations, and the delicate arch design adds artistic appeal to the coin. When artistic beauty combines with rarity, the result can be powerful in the marketplace. If you believe you have found a rare 2014 Arches P Mint Mark large date error coin, never attempt to clean it. Cleaning can permanently damage the surface and reduce its value significantly. Even wiping the coin with a cloth can leave hairline scratches that grading companies will detect. Store the coin carefully in a protective holder and seek professional evaluation from a reputable coin dealer or grading service. Stories of modern quarters selling for extraordinary prices inspire collectors everywhere. They remind us that valuable coins are not limited to centuries-old gold pieces or early silver dollars. Sometimes, modern coins with unique production errors become the most talked about items in the hobby. The key factors are rarity, strong visible error characteristics, authentication, and collector demand. Imagine discovering such a coin in your pocket change. At first glance, it appears to be an ordinary 2014 quarter, but upon closer inspection, you notice that the date seems unusually bold or slightly different in size. Under magnification, you see clear doubling in the lettering or a dramatic die break near the arch. After professional authentication, experts confirm that it is a rare large date variety with a significant mint error. News spreads quickly in the numismatic community, and collectors prepare to bid at auction. As the bidding war unfolds, the price climbs higher and higher until it reaches an incredible $100,000. This is the thrill of coin collecting. It combines knowledge, patience, history, and the excitement of discovery. While the chances of finding such a rare coin are extremely small, the possibility keeps collectors searching. Every quarter in your change has a story, and occasionally that story turns out to be far more valuable than anyone expected.